Hello and welcome to Good God. I am God, and today's episode is brought to you by smoltification. Smoltification, it's a process by which salmon, they go from freshwater to saltwater. That's how they survive. It's fascinating. I designed it, I made it, I love it. Check it out. All right, so today we have a very special guest, George Lucas. Hey, George. I'm so happy you created Star Wars. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to create Star Wars.
Star Wars is coming out.
I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it?
I've seen it. I think people who want to see a movie like the one that has been made will enjoy it.
Sounds like you're kind of tiptoeing around saying what you really think of it. Do you feel like they took your vision and they made it worse?
I mean, this isn't my vision. I mean, people love BB-8, this new droid.
Oh, yeah, the little guy that just kind of rolls around.
Sure, and I understand. It's fun.
Yeah.
But truth be told, if George Lucas' full vision shows you the next chapter of the Star Wars saga, there's no little BB-8 with a head that always stays on top and the body rolls around.
Is there any sort of cutesy character, though, if you were to show me your vision?
You know I love a cutesy character. I had the Ewoks. They were cuddly. You could give them a hug, but they also were fighters. They were aggressive in war. They're not just cute. They're complicated because on the one hand, they're adorable little teddy bears, but on the other hand, they're an insurgent military force fighting guerrilla style, and they took a few major hits themselves, but ultimately they blew up a destructive weapon of mass destruction. Their idea of a cutesy character is a droid whose head always stays on the top of his body.
What was the cutesy character that you would have put in there if you made the new Star Wars?
A droid that shoots peanuts.
It still would have been a droid, and this one shoots peanuts?
Yeah, it shoots little space peanuts.
So peanuts are around in this Star Wars universe?
Sure, why not?
Wow.
Anyone can roll a basketball around on the sand and turn a camera on and point it at it. I can create a diner in a space city where the man who runs the diner has a dozen arms. I created a world using just a green room and a billion ones and zeros. That's where the emotion of a film is. That's where the feeling. It's in the ones and the zeros.
But, I got to say, when we look at the effects that you made with the ones and zeros now, I mean, it looks like people are kind of running around in front of something that's not there. You know what I mean?
It's not there. These are movies.
But what you kind of want to do when you watch the movie is not notice that they're just running around in front of a screen.
You want to not notice it? Well, you're going to get your wish because this movie's instantly forgettable. You won't notice it.
Where would you rank the first 6 that have come out so far?
Episode 1 is probably the best.
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. I think Attack of the Clones is maybe even a little bit better than that.
Okay.
Then I think it starts really going strong with the third one, which I think is actually maybe superior even to those two. Let me tell you something. Episode 3, people ask, why isn't Jar Jar in it more?
Yeah.
The original cut of Episode 3 was twice as long.
Twice as long?
Often you have to cut the best scenes for the good of the movie overall.
Right.
And there was a sequence in Episode 3, a lengthy sequence, in which Jar Jar got lost in a grocery store. A devastatingly wonderful scene.
What does that have to do with the plot, with the story?
That was the problem, was that this movie is almost 6 hours long. And we're like, what can we cut? And they said, well, there's 3 hours of Jar Jar lost in the grocery store.
3 hours in the middle of the movie.
That's right.
And then it gets back to the whole becoming Darth Vader thing.
Yes. I may someday release it as a standalone feature because it's that good. God, which is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back, to be honest with you.
I was not expecting that. It's the most flawed Star Wars movie. I'll tell you one. When Princess Leia says, I'd rather kiss a Wookiee, and then Han says, I can arrange that. I'd like to go back and change that and have Han Solo say, oh, please don't. Chewbacca's my best friend. That would be devastating to me. I want to kiss you. I want to be boyfriend and girlfriend with you.
But I would say that dialogue there is not very naturalistic. It feels more wooden.
I will point out that these films took place a long time ago and very, very far away.
Well, George, hey, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for being on the show. What do you got coming out in the future? Anything?
I'm going to make more movies, but I'm not going to release them, so that'll teach everyone on the internet to stop being mean.
Cool, great. And go check out the new Star Wars. I got to say, I'm sorry, George, I'm excited to see the new Star Wars.
I've already seen it, and I've already forgotten most of it.
Great. Once again, this show has been brought to you by Smoltification. Smoltification, it's how salmon go from freshwater to saltwater, fascinating process. I made it, I love it. Check it out. All right, got out.
Greedo shoots first.